Alright, so I got this letter saying that I'm a chauvinist and I have a problem with black women working and being professional. No, I don't. Um, my sister's professional, my mom's professional, and my aunts and my cousins are all professional working women. And get at what they do. So I don't really have a problem with it, especially when I grew up in a household where I saw my mom, work, and I actually felt the benefits of her working. Um, my only issue, or I wouldn't say my only, but the most pressing issue as of 2009 is the whole fact of how you guys define yourselves. That's my issue with professional black women, right? It's not, I can't hold you to a traditional standard. I understand, right? You work, right? It's unreasonable to expect you to be a traditional working woman in the full sense of the word, and also have your career. It doesn't make sense. There's not enough time in the day, right? Your career is just as important as mine, right? Especially with the financial stuff going on. Yes, it doesn't make sense for a woman not to have her own career. It really doesn't at this point and where things are going. But my issue is the equality, right? If we're going to all of a sudden change from traditional to modern, we have to go over the whole equation. We have to redefine everything. It's easy for you to say, oh, I'm going to redefine myself, and you have to redefine how you're going to treat me, but we don't want to redefine how our relationship works, and we for sure don't want to redefine my role and how it works. Right? I'm supposed to be traditional. I'm supposed to treat you in a traditional role, but I'm not supposed to expect traditional outcomes. I'm supposed to, go with the flow. Right? And my issue is how you guys redefine yourself. It's always a hybrid. Right? It's always just a variable type of definition where I reserve the right to pick and choose when I want to be modern or when I want to be traditional. Right? I pick and choose. So when the best benefits me, I'm going to be the traditional, oh, you know what, this is man stuff. Or when it does intrigue me, you know what, it's 2009, I have equal say. So where do you stand? Where do you stand? I'm sorry, and yeah, I do come down hard on black women simply because we've never, throughout our history, you can say post-slavery, there's never been a time where women weren't working, right? If anybody should be more able to adapt with this growing phenomenon of women in the workplace, it should be black women, simply because there's never been this time where you guys weren't working or you didn't have a family. We always hear the stories of the woman who would, take the bus, go, to the suburbs and take care of this white family, come home and then take care of her own family. Right? There's never been a time where the women didn't have to work and all they had to do was sit at home, and cook and have the house smell like apple pie and wait for the husband to come home. Right? We've never had this, Brady Bunch, Leave It to Beaver type family. So I have a hard time with this whole, now that I work, we have to redefine how things are happening. Right? And even if you want to get historical, the rise of women in the workplace was a result of, added assistance needed in the household. So they were working for their family to begin with. They weren't working simply because they said, oh, we have enough. We're tired of being under, the whip of our husbands. We're tired of being slaves to our families, so we're going to work and do our own thing. Women have always been working to help support their family. You can talk about World War II, where women had to, start going to the factories because their husbands were off fighting the war, or simply because of the Great Depression. Historically, women began working also to help out with the family. So this whole concept and idea of we have to redefine how I'm viewed doesn't make sense to me. It's always black and white, right? It's always black and white. Oh, you don't want women to work. You just want them to stay at home. Oh, you want them to be dependent on the man. I'm like, no, I don't. It doesn't make any sense. But all I'm trying to say is, for a lot of you guys, you put up this mental block and automatically assume that you can't have anything to do with traditional womanhood because you have a job. That's impossible. It's a one size fits all mentality. It's either A or B. I'm either this traditional woman who can't work and I have to sit at home and be barefoot and pregnant, or I have to be this ultra career woman, right? And, when I want to be traditional is when I have time, when I can fit it into my schedule on my BlackBerry. And that's the issue that I have, because it's not, how can I say this, it's not accurate in terms of our own background and history in America. Now, if we want to open it up to general America, then it's a little bit different. But if we want to be specific about African American culture, women working and still being about family isn't new. It may be new for white culture or all these other cultures, but it really isn't new for you. So, in a nutshell, that's where a lot of my arguments and disagreements with professional black women stem from. Right? My conversation on YouTube is just an extension of the conversations that I have with my own friends who are professional black women. And even then, some of them don't get it. They want to polarize the situation, but then turn around and want they want me to still be traditional. They want all the securities of a traditional woman. They want to be in this traditional marriage, right? So they want the rest of the world to be traditional, but they don't want to redefine how I treat them or how the marriage works. I can go both ways. I don't have a problem with a chick who says I want to be modern, but go hard, go all the way. Let's redefine everything, and then let's take it from there. But it never happens that way. So that's where my issue stems from. Don't come at me on some polarization type shit that you can't work and deal with the pressures of the family, because historically we've been doing it. The women especially have been doing it. So look back on your history. Talk to your mother. Talk to your own grandmother. Then come back and talk to me about that bullshit. Because I can guarantee, if I talk to an older black woman, she'll be more on my side than yours. So anyways, tell me how you feel. Take it easy.